I had taken an organized tour from Krakow to see the Auschwitz Birkenau Memorial and Museum. I believed that if I would see the camps, the gas chambers, crematoria, and barracks with my own eyes, it would give me a better understanding of the scale and inhumanity of the Holocaust in a way that history books cannot. The year was 1940. Nazi Germany, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, had embarked on a systematic plan to eliminate Jews and other targeted groups they deemed undesirable. Auschwitz was chosen for its remote location and existing infrastructure. Initially intended as a detention center for Polish political prisoners, it quickly expanded into a sprawling complex with a horrifying purpose: mass murder. Here at the entrance to Auschwitz is the famous sign which was made by prisoner laborers and features an upside-down B, which has been interpreted as an act of defiance by the prisoners who made it. The camp's infrastructure was vast and included barracks, gas chambers, crematoria, administrative buildings, and watchtowers surrounded by electrified barbed wire fences. The inmates were subjected to forced labor, starvation, disease, and horrific medical experiments conducted by SS doctors. Families were often separated, with many never seeing their loved ones again. For those deemed fit to work, daily life was a relentless struggle for survival. The Nazis dropped the Zyklon B canisters in the gas chambers, releasing deadly cyanide gas. This horrific method murdered over 1.1 million people. In a horrific display of dehumanization, the Nazis confiscated everything from victims upon arrival at Auschwitz. Clothing and belongings these were sorted for reuse by the Nazis or their collaborators. Anything deemed valuable was kept, and the rest was destroyed. Even gold teeth and fillings these were barbarously ripped out from the mouths of the dead, and sometimes the living. The hair was cut from victims' heads, likely for use in textile production. The Nazis even collected these items from those they intended to murder in the gas chambers. It was a part of the overall effort to degrade and dehumanize the victims. After the liberation of Auschwitz, the sheer volume of stolen items bore silent witness to the atrocities that took place there. These items are now preserved in museums as a reminder of the Holocaust. In Auschwitz, victims' lifespans varied greatly, but most died within weeks or months due to brutal conditions, starvation, and disease.
Ich will heute wieder ein Prophet sein. Wenn es dem internationalen Bilanzjudentum in und außerhalb Europas gelingen sollte, die Folge noch einmal ist nicht die Bolschewisierung der Erde und damit der Sieg des Judentums sein, sondern die Vernichtung der jüdischen Rasse in Europa.
This is the Book of Names. Since its inception, Yad Vashem has worked tirelessly to collect the names of the 6 million Jews murdered in the Holocaust and to document their lives. This exhibition tells the stories of just a few of the names that appear in Yad Vashem's Book of Names, a monumental installation containing the names of 4,800,000 Holocaust victims, which have been collected over decades. This was undoubtedly the thing that made the biggest impression on me on the whole guided tour in Auschwitz. It was there in black and white how many who were murdered by the Nazis. Auschwitz became central to the Nazis' final solution, the plan to systematically murder European Jews. Trains carrying Jews from across Europe arrived daily at Birkenau, where they were gassed immediately after selection. The bodies were then cremated in an attempt to erase evidence of the genocide. The gas chambers and crematoria at Auschwitz Birkenau were used to efficiently exterminate large numbers of people. Victims were deceived into believing they were being led to showers before being herded into the gas chambers disguised as shower rooms. Once inside, they were killed with the deadly pesticide Zyklon B. Their bodies were then incinerated in the crematoria or disposed of in mass graves. Birkenau was part of the Auschwitz complex, the largest Nazi concentration and extermination camp during World War II. Built primarily for mass murder, it became the center of the Holocaust for Jews and Roma people. Over 1.1 million perished there. Birkenau had gas chambers and crematoria to carry out these atrocities. And upon arrival at Birkenau, prisoners faced a brutal selection process. Separated by gender, SS officers would decide who would be forced into slave labor and who would be sent directly to gas chambers. Selection was arbitrary and merciless, with age and health being key factors. Shockingly, only about 20% of those who arrived ever survived past this initial selection. Birkenau housed prisoners in overcrowded, unheated barracks with poor sanitation. Disease ran rampant, making survival a constant struggle. Today, Auschwitz-Birkenau stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a memorial to the victims. Barrack buildings, gas chambers, and crematoria serve as a stark reminder of the atrocities committed. The site offers guided tours and educational programs to ensure that the horrors of Auschwitz are never forgotten. It serves as a chilling testament to the dangers of unchecked hatred and intolerance.